Look, man, this guy Tooks Productions. Let me start the YouTube off by saying this guy Tooks Productions think I got to do his job too.
What are you talking about?
Hello, everybody. Matt Garland here, NMLS number 58700, but better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. And yes, I am live, Jordana. How are you today? We don't have an HDMI cord, and Tooks is asking me where's the adapter at. Like I know what an adapter for Apple. I don't even like Apples and Macs and AirPlays, whatever they call the stuff, right? But whatever. Here we are. We are here today. Welcome back to the channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. And today's segment is brought to you by Tooks and Jordana of Garland Media because they wanted to do an Ask MG segment because we have a lot of our audience are first timers. And what they have been noticing, the trend is there's a lot of questions that are like beginner type questions. So they wanted me to come on here today and talk to you guys and answer your questions. All right, Tooks, what are we doing?
So I guess I have to read them out for you because you don't have any way to see this stuff.
Put it on. Oh, I was about to say put it on.
You can't.
Well, the screen is right here on my phone.
All right, so
and I can see it right here too.
All right, I guess we'll just start with this one.
Okay, bro, can you read it?
All right, so what questions should I ask lenders when vetting them? What questions should I ask lenders when vetting them as a new partner?
What questions should you ask a new lender when vetting them as a new partner?
Yeah.
I guess this is from a realtor.
Yeah, her name is Your Realtor Jazz.
Your Realtor Jazz. You should put the people's name on there too.
We did, but it didn't fit because you can only put a certain amount of characters.
Okay, so Your Realtor Jazz is asking, what questions should I ask lenders when vetting them as a partner? Your Realtor Jazz, thank you for your question. I would say if you are interviewing a loan officer, because you're not really interviewing the lender per se, you're interviewing the loan officer first and foremost, and you have to make sure, one, I would ask them how long they've been in the business, how many loans do they close on a monthly basis, do they own the home themselves, do they invest themselves, what's their underwriting turn time, are they a one-man band? Very important, right? Do they only have, is it just them doing all the work, or do they have an assistant? Do they have a pipeline manager? Like, are they a part of a team? You know, these are all the things that I would ask if I was a realtor, if I was interviewing a loan officer partner to see if they can be integrated into my business. Obviously, you want to ask about the underwriting turnaround times. What programs do they have access to? How are their interest rates? What fees do they charge as a lender? You know, origination points, typically underwriting fees, what are their junk fees, things of that nature. So those are some of the basic questions that I would ask and answer. But I will also ask them, do they have any type of social media presence, like what their marketing look like? Because ultimately, it's not just about closing a loan. How are you going to lead generate together? How are you going to build business together? Because sometimes in these relationships between loan officers and realtors, they're one-sided. It's either the realtor is giving all the business and the loan officer is just receiving it, or vice versa, the loan officer is giving all the business and the realtor is just receiving it. So how can you collaborate to ensure that you both are growing your brands and your business and maximizing every opportunity that you have available? Good question.
Can you like move over?
Move over?
Yeah, because you're not in the center. It's bothering me. All right, cool.
This guy says I'm not in the center. I'm a little bit off to the like.
It's just giving me anxiety.
Oh my God, Tooks.
Next question. Would it negatively impact your mortgage approval odds if you refinance your car the same year you're looking to purchase a home?
Would it negatively impact your mortgage approval odds if you refinance your car the same year you're looking to purchase your home? It could be, right? That is a very good question. So
YKMJC.
YKMJC?
JC, yep.
Jason or JC?
JC.
YKMJC with the question. Thank you for your question. I think this is a very good question. So if you run your credit with your bank who services your auto loan, you got to be careful that they don't run your credit multiple different times, because these are all hard hits going to your credit, and it could lower your credit score. So the first thing I would inquire before you give them permission to start the process is I would ask them, how many times are you going to run my credit? Are you going to shop out to multiple different banks, or are you going to keep it in-house and run it with your one bank? And if you're going to run it once, so that way you know exactly how many hits you'll have to your credit report. Number two, if you are refinancing and it's going to lower your payment, then that can help. If your credit scores don't drop, then that can help you because ultimately you're lowering your debt to income ratio. So refinancing your car is definitely not a bad thing. I would probably look at trying to refinance out of your personal name, refinance the car out of your personal name and put it into your business name. So now it's not on your personal name anymore. And then that will really clean up your whole debt to income ratio. But that's a different story for a different day. Good question.
I don't even know what number 7 is. I don't have numbers here.
With the bank statement loans.
All right. With the bank statement loans that you described earlier, how many years of work are required for a 1099 ER?
It's a 1099
before being able to qualify for that loan. I don't know if that was a certain someone like me, I guess.
Yeah. So
how many years of work? So
you need 2
right?
years. Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. Tooks answered the question. Good job, Tooks. He's been paying attention.
Is there any other way around that though?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
You have to have money to put up.
You can just put the loan in your LLC name, and if you buy it as an investment property, then none of that matters.
Can you explain that again?
Oh, Jesus.
For 1099 ERs?
So, all right. So if you're buying a house and you're looking to buy a primary residence, let's just say, because this sounds like a primary residence type of question, you're looking to do a bank statement loan, yes, the bank will want to verify that you've been 1099 for 2 years. So I would say if you, let's say you've been doing it for a year, and you have the capital for a 20% down payment,
okay,
you do it as probably like a light doc loan, or you do it as a investment property. And if you do it as an investment property, then you are putting it in your. Why do these fucking people be sending me bullshit mail? Like, I don't want nothing from you people. I don't understand that. Like, why do you get all this junk mail to the office? All right. You put it as an investment property and you put in your LLC name. And if it cash flows, then it could work. But it's an investment property, so now you can't live there. So it just really depends on what you're really looking to do.
That looks like something I won't be looking to do. All right, so what's the next?
Some realistic expectations. You would ask it.
Well, you can't hear from there.
Oh, okay.
Just come closer.
If we had a studio, we could have mics. You know what I'm saying?
You in a studio. What are you talking about?
Space, we could have mics set up and all that stuff. You know.
So Jordana,
right, so
it would be a Jordana cam right now.
Yeah. So what are some realistic expectations to have? What are some realistic expectations to have of a GC renovating your personal home, and how often should we be communicating?
Realistic expectations, whatever the price they told you is going to be more expensive. Right, Jordana, you could probably answer that. Jordana, come closer to the mic, please.
I would say if they just double the price.
They can hear her.
Double the price. So if they say 30,000, say in your head 60,000. If they say 3 months, in your head say 6 months.
Maybe 9. Depending on what you're doing.
And all the supply chain, whatever that is, right? So just never trust the first answer.
Never trust the first answer.
Even with the best contractors, it is what it is.
What can you do?
But how do you, for instance, this is a personal question. What would you say when you're looking for a contractor? What are you looking for? Like referrals, previous works? Yeah. I know previously you mentioned like maybe popping up on different sites.
So what I look for is referrals first and foremost. I want someone that I know, that I trust, to refer their people to me. And if it's not that, then like the contractor, like one of the subs that's going to do my house, right? Garland Gardens. Like he was referred to me by my architect. although my architect get on my nerves some days. Shout out to Teddy. This is my guy though. Like, but I trust his judgment because he's knowledgeable and he's working new construction rehabs for generations basically. So when he tells me, yo, this is the guy that the big time home builders in Long Island are using to do framing and this, that, and the third and excavations, all right, I'm gonna trust that. And I didn't see any of his work, but I'm trusting Teddy and me having conversations with him. He's knowledgeable. He's taught me so much in a short period of time about, excavating and framing and all this other good stuff. I'm like, all right. I mean, obviously Teddy sent me pictures of the stuff that he did, but I haven't physically went to these properties.
Right.
So for me, that was more than enough.
More
but
than
I
enough,
think
right.
communication is the key with anything. These guys are all busy and communication sometimes lag. And you guys know me. When I want to talk to you, I need to talk to you. And when he don't hit me back, I get frustrated. Like, the fuck are you doing? Like, call me back. But then I have to realize I'm not his only job. I'm not his biggest job too. And I have to kind of like settle down a little bit and
Right.
put my own expectations to the back burner too, or check my expectations, I should say.
Mhm.
So I think communicating, you should try to communicate as often as possible, especially if you don't understand something. Don't be afraid to ask questions because I feel as if people will just say yes, 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 without really truly understanding some shit. So communication is key. Communicate as often as you need because remember, it's your money. You're the boss. You hired them, not the other way around. So yeah,
So
that's.
Biggie pack on that, right? Should we
You said Biggie Pack?
pick?
Oh my God.
I never heard that one before.
But talk about the fact that maybe you shouldn't pay contractors in cash.
No, hell no.
I know some people don't know that though.
No,
So
don't
why?
pay no. Why? Because they can run off with your money and you ain't got no proof.
So what
With Amex, you get to pull the money back.
Well, what if you don't have an Amex?
Then you need to apply. Or you need to use a card where you have a relationship with and you're able to like, pull your money back from them. You can dispute it and get your money back.
Oh, so Amex gives you that protection to
Pretty much all credit cards would do that, but Amex is just like I got approved for another Amex today. I'm about to get like 15 more Amexes. But like that's a whole different story, right? But when you do all these Amexes, I like it because you get the reward points. Like even for example, I was rebooking the hotels for London, and like I'm not gonna. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but but basically they offered me from the hotel more reward points if I had an Amex, their particular Amex. And I said, you know what? I do frequent these type of hotels. Why not get these 10X and 20X and all the extra perks and free lunches and dinner and all this other extra ish that comes with me, not just having an Amex, but having this particular one with this hotel. Okay, great. I applied. They gave me like 20,000. Great. Now I can use that for when I'm staying at these hotels to juice up my thing. The same thing with the contractors. So now when I use my credit card, I'm spending 100,000, 200,000, whatever it is on my card, using it, paying it off, I'm using like my cash. You know what I'm saying? So like, for example, when I got to do like my first step in Garland Gardens and we're going to start because I just submitted for the permits and they said I should have it like by Friday. So demo's going to be next week. Right. So when we do demo, swipe my card, 10,000, 15,000, whatever it is, swipe my card. And then I'm just going to be in the app. Once I swipe, I see that charge go through, then I'm going to pay the bill. So I'm using it like it will be cash because I'm using it, pay it off, use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm accumulating points and everything like that. And if I don't like what these guys do, if they try to run off, I can automatically go on my app and dispute that and do what I have to do from there. So for me, I love the Amex, and then I get the points, like I said.
Yeah.
And that. So now for Garland Gardens, I'm going to do my best to pay 90% of that rehab on that card.
Amex.
Hell yeah.
Sukes and I were talking earlier. How come some contractors don't like doing 203K loans?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
That's a good question.
That's for me. I don't have a 203K loan, but I was under the impression that that's why I didn't do it, because I heard, it's a lot of work and contractors don't necessarily like it. And then you kind of have to get a HUD inspector to make sure, like, is it true that the HUD inspector could kind of tell you what to do with your house and like design stuff? So that's why I feel like 203K loans get a bad rep.
So it's not so contractors that don't do 203Ks or don't like them is because they don't get their money up front. First of all, you got to go through the bank
Right.
to get your money, right? Because everything is paid out in the draw process. So it's not like if the job is 100,000, for example, if you're dealing with a regular person, they can say, "Yo, I need 50,000 to start this job," right? And 8 times out of 10 for the regular person, they're gonna say, "Okay, contractor, here's 50,000," right? Now with that contractor, in some cases, not all, because you contractors be getting at me sometimes because I always say CON tractor. And I'm just spoken about, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but a lot of y'all are con artists, like, and they robbing Peter to pay Paul. So they'll take your 50,000 to go finish another job. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then now,
Yeah.
you're kind of like up shit's creek because now you don't even know if this person is really truly buying all the materials and everything. Is that 50,000 basically going all towards your materials and the labor for their jobs, or are they using that to kind of spread out between a couple of different jobs? So when a 203K don't work like that, you get a small percentage up front for materials 10 days 15 days after closing if you're doing a 100K job. So you may only get $10,000 in the first 2 weeks. So if the contract is not liquid, that's the key. If they can't start that job and then know they're going to get reimbursed on the draw, they don't want that. And a lot of contractors are not liquid like that. So contractors that are 203K certified, they're liquid.
They have money. They have money to.
For them, they understand the process. They know their money is guaranteed.
Right.
So they have no problem with fronting
Their money.
Like, say if the first phase is going to cost them 25,000, they can do a phase 25,000, do all the work, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and then call for the HUD inspector to come out, inspect it, make sure everything, and then the HUD inspector will go to the bank and request the draw, and then they'll get wired like within 48 hours, and then the job goes on like that until it's completed. But that's not normal for a regular contractor. Maybe you got your cousin who does some work, and maybe they're not super licensed like that. They didn't have the insurance because we're gonna have to check all of that stuff. But they may do good work. But it's a lot of dudes out here that don't got their paperwork together. So they're not gonna want to deal with that because and those are the ones you find more that's gonna want cash.
Yeah.
So like 203K loans get a bad rep for no reason, it sounds like.
Basically.
Can you build your dream home with the 203K loan?
Absolutely.
Is there any like restrictions to things you can do in your home with the 203K?
Absolutely. Like you can't do a lot of luxury items with 203K. Okay. So you can't go out there and build a new in-ground gun night pool, salt water with the barbecue pit, like, you know what I'm saying, with the pergola, you know what I'm saying, like the luxury items. But it's if you want to do conversions, you can do extensions, you can do dormers. You can add square footage to the house. You can renovate bathrooms, kitchens, basements, change out windows. You know what I'm saying? Fix your foundation, driveways. So you can do things that look good. But even with the Fannie Mae home style, you can build a pool. You can do luxury items that you can't do with a 203K. So there are options out there for everybody. It's just that people just don't know it and they don't understand these products.
Damn, I probably should do the 203K.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Do we have any questions in the comments? I know we have a ton of questions here in the comments. I have the FHA. Oh, maybe insurance. So Ashley has a question. She said, "I have an FHA loan. My home value has increased by $150,000 since purchasing in April 2021. Can I get PMI removed?"
No. First of all, shout out to you, Ashley. Ashley, shout out to you, Queen. You got $150,000 in equity and fucking, like, how much did you put down on your down payment? I want to use this for an example because people always be talking about, oh, don't buy a house, you should wait. Oh, shut the fuck up, all of you people. This is what put the question back up, bro. Put the question back up.
I'm just thinking for clips.
No. I don't care about the clips because this is a very important learning lesson. Ashley, tell us in the comments how much you paid for this house and how much money did you spend at closing for this house? Because I want to know, because you flipped your money.
2021.
She paid in 2020, 21.
April, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She said it increased by 150, but how much did she put down? How much money did she spend to buy the house is what I want to find out.
Interesting. Well, it's no. I mean, we don't know when she's gonna respond.
Well, either which way, there she
here we
go.
She put down $15,000, and her home was $229,000.
Look at this shit. So her 15,000 turned to 150.
Damn, wait. So she put down
exactly my point. This is what I've been
wait,
trying
hold
to tell you people. Y'all don't
So-
listen to MG. I've been telling y'all for years.
$15,000 down, right?
Where at? I need to know where.
Yeah, where?
It don't matter where. The numbers are the numbers.
Atlanta.
Shout out to Wakanda. It don't matter where. This is happening all across America.
So when people say, like, mind you, I don't have a home, right? But when 15,000 down, is that like everything?
That's the
Closing
down
costs?
payment. So her closing costs. Ashley, how much was your closing costs?
You telling Ashley both this.
So
Yeah.
what?
Well, no, because I mean, it's good for people like
People want to learn.
All right, Ashley, pay attention.
Come on, Ashley. Talk to us, Ashley. We need your fingers to be typing faster, baby girl. Come on. We need answers. She paid. So she paid how much she said for her house?
229.
229. I do the math myself, right? So let's just say 229. She put
10,000. She said
10,000 for closing. So what she said she put down 15. So that's 25,000. So
5K was all the extra stuff, I guess.
So how much she paid total?
I'm not really sure. Maybe
So 5K was all the extra stuff plus the
10.
My closing costs were 10, so 15,000 plus the down payment was 15. So she spent $30,000. So 30,000.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's life, bro.
I know, but it seems like everyone makes this like a big deal that it's so hard to like.
No, it's not a big deal. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. Look, first of all, Ashley, let me tell you, that 150 in equity is monopoly money. Okay. It's unrealized gains. It sounds good on paper, but unless you go take out a home equity line of credit and pull out some of that money, then it don't mean shit because it's not in your bank account.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if I was Ashley, I would be going to my local credit union tomorrow and saying, credit union, I need a line of credit today. Can I get 100 bands? Can I get 75 bands? Obviously, you got to be able to afford it. You don't want to max out all the equity, but I would definitely pull my 30,000 back in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? So now she got the house for free.
Mm-hmm.
And now she probably got a 2.75%. Ashley, what's your interest rate, Queen? Please.
2021, so probably like 2.7.
It's probably 2.5%. So, Queen, please tell us what your interest rate is, please, in the comments. So this is what I be trying to tell people. So you got all this equity. You're up and stuck on that point. You pull some of that bad boy out. You get all your capital that you put back into this house.
2.4.
She got a 2.4. So you never ever refinance, Ashley. Don't you ever in your life refinance. Who cares about the PMI?
She said she recently financed.
She recently refinanced.
A refinance, yeah.
Why?
She refinanced and she has a 2.4. She refinanced
Okay.
into a 2.4. So yes, don't ever refinance ever again. You pay that PMI because it's tax deductible too. So it don't really hurt you, right? It just people look at PMI as the devil. It ain't the devil. The shit made you $90,000. No, I'm lying. It made you more. You put out 30, you got 150. So it made you 120,000. So PMI made you, what's your PMI? $100 a month? 150? Really think about this math.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what PMI is.
Well,
I really don't.
let's stick to the script, right? We'll get to PMI in a second. You can answer in a second, right? But it's not the devil.
Okay.
Right? PMI is private mortgage insurance. It's not the devil.
I know what it stands for, but I don't know how it like.
Okay, I'll explain that in a second, and Jordana will too. But all I'm trying to say is she got 120,000 net right now.
Yeah.
Offer having PMI and using an FHA loan and a 2.4 interest rate. So actually, I would not touch that loan, that first mortgage. I would get a home equity line of credit, pull my money back out, maybe take an extra 50 and take that 50 and that 30 now and go buy some more property. And now get you a building that can create cash flow and then let that pay your mortgage. And now you live for free.
Her PMI is 160.
Okay. Think about that. That's beautiful. 160. Hallelujah. It won't make or break you. Tax deducted after your tax expenses and everything like that is probably $80 net after you Uncle Sam your life away. So now go get that line of credit and go build your portfolio and get a couple doors or some Airbnbs or whatever you want to do and create massive capital and cash flow for yourself and live for free. God bless America.
How does she know?
Why are you raising your hand like we in school and they can't even see you?
So,
all right, we got 5 minutes.
All right. So how does she even know her house appraised? Like, what is the process for the HELOC, right? Like, how do you know what your house appraises for at that point, right?
Comps.
We're in the same boat.
Comps.
I know comps. So you just can't go off of what Zillow or Redfin said. You have to
It
actually
gives you an idea.
gives you an idea.
But you can also call your broker and say, yo, how much is my house worth if I use to sell it today in today's market? Right? Most of these online banks now that you use that service your mortgage, like they tell you like how much your house is worth, right? Let me pull up one of my mortgages.
Now, are they coming to your house to look for it? Look at like
They'll go to your house and appraiser will actually, no matter what it says online, what a realtor says, none of that shit matters. It's all on the opinion of the appraiser, right? That's all that matters.
Got it. So go to your local broker, say, hey, how much my house is worth? Then you go down to your credit union and be like, yeah, I want a HELOC. Now, that money that you're getting off, do you have to pay taxes on that? No,
it's tax-free money. God bless America.
Wait, so hold on. Hold on.
It's tax-free money.
Hold on.
So look, I just pulled up one of my mortgages. This shit is $1 million.
That's the recent one?
This is Garland Gardens as is. The piece of shit as is.
Yeah.
Wait till I do it, and it's gonna be like bong bong.
So
you know what I mean?
So what am I looking at here?
This is telling me how much this shit is worth.
Right now.
Yeah. Next payment you see, my
but
payments.
This doesn't matter, you said, unless somebody goes there and sees.
Well, yeah. This shit is saying as is what the computer's saying. I got $250,000 in equity in this property, right? And they're saying it's worth this million. It's actually worth more. As is, it's like more closer to 1.1, but they're saying almost 1.050. But who cares? It's 250 to 300,000 in the shit. As is, as Garland Gardens is this piece of shit that it is right now. Think about that. So now when I go throw the magic on there, she gonna be worth a lot more.
But the houses and the homes in the area, like, what if they're not as much money, or
no? The homes in the area are a lot more than mine's.
Okay. That's what,
because I brought right, nigga. I know how to buy real estate. Yeah. I buy right. I got an as-is piece of shit. You've been there millions of times. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Pool. I got frogs in my pool. Like, it's a piece of crap. But it got equity in it because I brought right. Even with the market correcting itself, I'm still up. So now when I dump this money in here and I make it what I wanted, boom. If I make it the mansion, I'm up over $1 million.
At what point does it get to where you won't, like, where it's too much for the area that you're in, though? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's if I go crazy. If I go throw 2 million,
2
million, 2.5 in there, then I'm just like playing myself. Right. But if I throw a million in there, I'm still good because I'll be up $1 million.
Right.
So I'm not going to max out. You never want to over improve your house.
That's what I'm trying to ask you. Like,
so you, again, comps, you got to know what the market is selling for. You gotta understand your market. So when you understand your market and what's selling and what's going on. So if I say, yo, the houses in this area is worth $2 million, no matter what I do to it, the top houses is $2 million. And I know I paid $1 million. I'm not going to go put another $1 million into the house.
Right.
That'd be stupid. The max I'm going to probably do is $500,000. So I can still have a buffer. Even if it goes down 20%, who cares? I still got a buffer.
For people to take out, like, what's the most that you want to take out in a HELOC?
If you do a HELOC right now in this market, I wouldn't go above 80%.
80% of your original?
No, of the market value today of your house, not what you originally paid.
What's the most you can take out?
You can go up to 90%. Some banks will let you go up to 90% of the value on a home equity line of credit.
But that's not advisable, right? Why would
I mean, it is if you, depending on what you're trying to do.
What do you do with this money? So you just take this money out and then what happens?
And buy something else.
You go buy whatever. You could go to Dubai if you wanted to.
You don't owe that money. That's your money.
No, you owe the money. You have to pay it back. It's a loan.
Okay, so
it's not free.
I'm not saying it's free, but like if you
Yeah.
purchase the home and the value goes up, then
It's a line of it's a cash
line
out
of
refinance
credit, okay.
or a home equity line of credit. Both are loans. Both would be liens on your deed. You owe the bank the money. You have to pay it back. So if you take out a line of credit, Ashley, have a plan. You don't start making payments on the line of credit until you use the money. So it's like a credit card. Right. So if you take out if Ashley takes out 100K, right? She takes out 100K. If she uses 25,000, she's only making payments on that interest only payments on that 25,000.
And what does that get added into her like her current?
It's a second mortgage. So it's a second payment.
But that loan now has to be at today's market.
Correct.
The interest rate will be
at today's market.
So that right now, if you're looking at like a 6% whatever plus your 2.4 she has.
Correct. So no.
I could do this.
Word, sign me up. How we apply to be a loan officer?
Juliana, mortgage girl.
Yeah, that's right. What are you hiring? That nigga's hiring?
Oh God. I'm sick of y'all shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so this dude, Julio said, Tukes, how the hell you not know what a PMI is? Matt
Word.
teaches it every day.
That's a fact, Julio. How the hell you don't know?
I know of it, so I hear a lot of things, but like, you know, it's kind of hard to absorb a lot of things, especially if it's not like
what's so hard about it?
Because it doesn't apply.
If we work
I can't relate to it,
yeah.
you know, like I'm not, it's like if I'm going to you to talk to you about certain car stuff, like you're not.
Which one of these you like for the ebook?
The second, this one.
Okay.
Yeah. The other one looks a little weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just doesn't apply to my current situation right now. But I think you should talk about what PMI is for the basics, just so we have it.
That's another day. I ain't got that type of time.
I mean, just give a general.
I got a whole class coming out with Shonda on October 24th. Road to 750.net or 750plus.net. Go to Shonda Martin page. She's gonna put the link in her bio. I'm gonna talk all about PMI. I'm gonna probably talk 15 minutes about it. She's a whole 4-hour webinar we're doing. We'll break that down now. Pay your $25 and enter. What's the next question? I got 5 minutes.
He said pay your $25 and enter.
Yeah.
Definitely not about to. We can have that conversation offline, I guess.
You're gonna pay your $25 too.
I ain't got 4 hours right now. Ain't how. What is that question? How do we make money borrowing this tax-free money from them?
How do you make money borrowing money? Buy another property.
But that other, okay, this is a better question. So now you have your first house, you take out your HELOC, you have about $100,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go buy another property. Your new lender, what's that criteria like, right? So your new lender is gonna be like, hey, you already have the original mortgage, you have a HELOC on it, which is basically essentially a lien. That next property has to basically generate cash flow, right, for you to get approved. Like there's no other, because that second property, how are you affording both properties? You know what I'm saying? That second property has to have cash flow.
Correct.
So this dude said he's up 118,000 in equity with no PMI, and my interest rate is 3.1. What's my next move?
Tim, your next move is, first of all, congratulations. 3.1, 118,000. Your next move is educate yourself, find another market to invest in, pull out some of that money, maybe 60,000 of that, and go buy some more properties, buy undervalue, and create some cash flow.
He said no PMI. Why is that a benefit?
Because there's no PMI.
He's still not trying to answer.
No, he has no PMI.
I don't know what that means, bro.
We just explained it.
PMI, what is it? Like,
it's private mortgage insurance.
Okay, but like how?
It protects the banks in case you foreclose.
Okay.
It's insurance for the bank. If you put less than 20% down or on a conventional loan, or if you do a FHA loan.
If you put less than 20% down.
On a conventional loan.
Okay.
And if you do an FHA loan, you're going to have PMI for the life of the loan if you put less than 10% down. And if you put down 10% or more, it goes away after
so you have
year
PMI
11.
On your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, shit. That's all my whole business.
You know the crazy thing is, I'm going to keep it real. Garden Gardens has PMI.
Really?
Yeah. I did a conventional loan on that. I put 5% down.
So you're using OPM. You're taking advantage
exactly.
of that.
Because I know I'm ready to remove that shit once it's done. So instead of me, so with Garland Gardens, my PMI on that shit, because I paid like $900,000 for this house, right? So I put down 5% on this house. I could have put down 20%, but what I said to myself, why am I going to put down 180,000 total of 20? Like that's 180,000 plus closing. So I would have spent 210,000, 215,000 to acquire the property to save $550 a month. So that 500, what is that? 7,000 a year to pay the PMI. So even if, like, I've had the house almost 2 years now, so even if that's 14,000 I spent in PMI, that's a lot less than 200 and something thousand. You know what I'm saying? And I got below 3%. I got like a 2.875 or some shit on there. So I'm never touching that. For what? So I can go to these fools right now because I got 20% equity in the house now. As is, I can call the bank right now and say, yo, get this thing off let me say this $500. You know what I mean? Because in conventional, once you get 20% equity, you can remove it.
Last question.
So I did the equity play on that, and I saved myself a bunch of money by doing it. Now I could take that surplus and I use that for my renovation.
Damn, you would have lost a lot of money then at that point. At least up front.
I wouldn't lose anything. I just had a cheaper mortgage payment.
Right.
But I don't care about a cheaper mortgage payment.
But I'm saying you had cash to do other things with.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather take that money to play with it.
Right.
And reinvest and do stuff. Go ahead, John.
What do you say to people who are like, okay, well, if I take a HELOC out and the market crashes, right? Because you're running against comps. So let's say your comps in your neighborhood are going at 989. You go up to 989. And then what happens if anything goes less than that? Like, aren't you kind of...
No, look, okay. So this is what MG is going to tell you. So look, it's like anything. You're only screwed if you have a need to sell. Right? So if you do go underwater and you run into a financial situation, if you have to sell, well, you're now a short sale.
Right.
But ultimately, is it the end of the world? I've short sold homes. I've foreclosed on homes during the Great Recession. The mortgage guy. No.
I think we all know this, though.
Because I say it all the time, and I tell my story to say, what the fuck are y'all talking about? What are y'all worried about? What's the worst thing that happened? I've had bad credit for a couple years.
Yeah, no, you can always bounce back.
Get rid of this house, bank. Fuck y'all. Because who's losing? Who's losing? Is it my money that I lose? Or did I lose? Or did the bank lose their investment? Because if I did take out that HELOC, where did that money go? In my pocket. To buy other properties.
I said Dubai.
Or Dubai. Or both. Just depending on who you are. But really think about it, right? So this is why I'm a fan of OPM and as little money down as possible if you can afford the payment.
Yeah.
Right? It's because if the market does correct itself, who's losing? If I put down 20% on Garland Gardens and I put up my 200 bands, right? And now the market crashes and it tanks, and I paid 9 and I owe 7, but the value goes to 650. I really lost my money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The bank lost a small portion of it, but I really lost my $200 and something thousand. Fuck. But if I paid 9 and I put 5% down and I borrow 830 or something, or 810 to start the loan off with, or no, it was 850 I started the loan off with, right? And the house goes to 750, who really lost? I may have lost my little 5%, but them motherfuckers lost 15. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I need to sell, great. Short sell me, please. Because at that point, if I'm fucked up, I'm fucked up. So what difference does it make? My credit don't matter at that point anyway, because I ain't got no money, man. So I'm fucked up in life.
And if you are in that situation, you can always lease the house. You can rent the house.
You can lease it. You can rent it. You can Airbnb it. They didn't have Airbnb in 2008. They didn't have Peer Space. What the fuck was a Peer Space?
Yeah.
A VR and all this other crap that they come up with, right? Think about all the stuff that we have in today's market that we didn't have in 2008, 2009, 2010. Think about all the outlets. You think if I could have done Airbnb there, I would have Airbnb everything. Like, fuck it. Who cares? Give me my money and still foreclose. I'm going to collect the capital and get my life together. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is what the underlying conditions are completely different between now and then.
Right.
Like, it's different. But again, this is just Matthew Garland speaking, right? You may not agree with this, internet people. I don't care. I'm telling you my opinion. I'd rather lose the bank's money than my money any day of the week. And if I'm really hurting in life and if I'm really messed up and I really like you're going through some financial problems, health problems, whatever the case may be, I'm thinking about, yo, I got to go find an apartment. Let me get me and my family right. Can I get something that's more affordable? Whatever it is. And if I got to get rid of property and start all over and reset my life 3 years from now, then I just got to do that.
Yeah.
I've been broke before. God willing, I'll never be broke again. But, yo, you got to learn how to get your shit from the mud.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm being real. Thank you for the claps and shit. But I'm just being real. Like I'm speaking to some real shit. If you got to foreclose or sell your house because you broke or you lost your job or somebody passed away, God forbid, or like you can't just afford it, then what are you crying over a house for? Why are you emotionally attached to the house? For what? It's a house. Go get another one in a couple years. It's not the end of the world. Yes, would it be heartbroken? Will you go through some sort of mental anxiety and probably depression behind it? Absolutely. I went through it. But when you kick out of that shit, you think like, all right, let me get something else in. Let me figure out how to do this. Oh, what's the seasoning period for foreclosures? 6 years for this program, 5 years for this one. Oh, you got some of these banks that would do 1 to 2 years. Oh, life ain't over. Let me get my credit back together then. Go to take your shit. Let me get my credit back right. Let me figure out my streams of income again. And then I'm gonna get back in the game. It's like you fall off a bike, yo. You ride a bike, you fall off, you scrape your knee, you clean that shit up, you get back on the bike because it was fun. That's what I did. You think I'm gonna let 2008 and all that shit I went through stop me from getting to where I'm at right now? No. Now, did it make me be more cautious? Make me be a little bit more responsible? 100%. But ultimately, it ain't gonna stop me. It's not the end of the world. Did I die? Am I alive? Shit, I'm alive and blessed. Take your house. Word. Pure facts, yo.
Take your house. Facts.
Take your house. You ain't gonna stress me over your little fucking house and your mortgage. Fuck you, man. You ain't gonna have me have a heart attack because you want a mortgage payment. Kiss my ass. And especially in this time, in this world, Your Honor, I had COVID 17 times. Like I was yo, I got the monkeypox, COVID. I can't even make it to court today. I'm so sick. I got COVID 25, yo. Shouldn't even come out yet. I'm gonna delay that shit for 7 years. You know how many people been living in the house after all these new rules and regulations, after foreclosure? Like, I know people been in the house 10 years haven't paid a mortgage payment.
That's crazy.
No, it's real talk. Damn. I'm gonna manipulate the whole system. You ain't gonna get me out that easy.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you a couple years, partner. All right, what's going on in these comments? I gotta get the hell out of here. FYI.
There's a couple questions here. What is your projection for the housing market? What do you think about CSS?
I don't care. That's my projections. I don't care. I don't care about things I can't control. I don't care what's going to happen in the housing market. Up, left, down. Who cares? I want to focus on what things that I can control every single day. What are my money making, producing activities that I'm doing every day? I can't control what the feds are doing. I can't control inflation. I can't control the housing market. Who cares? All I can control is if I'm going to choose and make a choice to buy real estate, can I buy smart? What deals am I doing? Do I know how to analyze them? Do I know the financing options? If I'm doing construction, do I have a team? Those are the things I control. I don't care about no housing market.
We tried to get this on the show last week. Any thoughts on the Florida home insurance scams?
Man,
I was about to get kicked off Progressive, but I received a rescinded letter today. Told you people want to know about the home insurance scams.
what do I think about I don't know.
Oh, somebody just commented that.
What?
Not if they heard you, if they just
right. See,
thoughts on Florida homeowners insurance. Oh, you just
this is somebody else. Somebody else just said this too.
thoughts on Florida homeowners insurance scams. We got reamed down here.
It's sad. Insurance company are scammers. You know, it's terrible what insurance companies do. Your insurance gets raised up for no reason. It's like, why you raise my insurance $1,000, $1,500 a year? It's like, for what? I didn't do nothing. You know, I think insurance companies are big scams for the most part. But what can you do? They control the world. So my thoughts are, you got to figure it out to the best of your ability. I feel bad for all the people in Florida who getting hit with all these bills and not having insurance. It really sucks right now. And I think the government might not need to step in and do something about this, because people can't just have no insurance. That don't make no damn sense, especially in Florida. So we'll talk about that on Rants and Gems, because Jordana has been telling me to talk about this on Rants and Gems for literally like 3 weeks. And every time she bring that topic up, I'm like, no, because it's so like it's like when we talk about Atlanta with Keanu, it's like, oh, another Atlanta story. You know what I mean? It's like Florida. It's like, oh, it's like so Florida. I like to be general with like Rants and Gems. It's important though. We'll talk about it on Rants and Gems. I don't want to talk about it here.
Okay. All right. Good.
We done?
Yep.
All right. Let me look through these comments real quick, see if there's anything good I like.
There are some questions in here, but I mean, you seem like you're in a rush, so
it seems like I'm in a rush too.
It seems like you're in a rush.
I am in a rush. I'm getting the hell out of here. That's all I got for y'all. Welcome to Ask MG Live. Maybe we'll come back another day this week and answer some more questions. Jordana will go through your live chats and your comments. So ask the questions in the comments. Be fully engaged, because we may pick your questions out and come back on here tomorrow or the next day and just answer your questions, okay? You got any parting words, Tokes?
No, I learned a lot today. For once.
That's your problem.
I learned a lot today. So that's all I can say about that today. Right, Jordana?
To buy or Dubai?
To buy or Dubai. That's what I learned as well.
All right. Wrap.
So wrap it up, sir. Pause.
Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. Get the House Economics Bundle on sale right now. Link will be in the description. Tooks, put it in the description, please. You get the FHA 203K webinar. You get the 3-day investing masterclass and House Economics, the book, all for under $50. Link in the description.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.